Hello there. Welcome to lesson 11. You notice in the previous lesson, we touched more about your thoughts. And I did mention there that when you look at the state that we're usually in, it's usually a combination of our thoughts and our feeling. And I dealt more with what we think about our thoughts, of course, how that translates and gets into the reticular activating system, and then how we experience more and more of that. Now, we're going to be coming in this lesson 11 on notice your feelings. What you think about, what you feel during the day. Previous lesson, we talked about what you think about. Now, feeling, and like I said in the previous lesson, is a language of the body. Think about it this way. 11 million bits of information hits our body per time. Now, this, of course, if you want to look at the holes and the pulses we have in our skin, each of them gets certain bits of information. You now begin to think about our eyes, our other sensory organs. They all receive information, and this information are being processed. And as they are being processed, they actually then put us in a certain feeling. And we also need to understand the very strong interconnection between our thoughts and our feeling. Have you thought about a sleeping thought you had the night before, and then you're waking up the next morning and it appears to have been one of the first three thoughts you had? But now, not just the thoughts now, but the emotional feeling, the emotional state it now puts you in. Perhaps you're trying to get out of bed, and then dragging your foot or your feet out of bed, the feeling, you feel so overwhelmed. Let's look at it this way. This woman feels she isn't loved by her husband. She's just in a relationship and she's just being used. She doesn't even know how long this is going to be for. These were her thoughts the night before. And then the next morning, she wakes up. Do you think that woman will wake up feeling excited, feeling elevated, feeling above the world? She's most likely going to get up feeling depressed, unhappy, dejected, unloved, used and dumped, and all of those negative feelings. Now, to tell you how this is also tied to our thoughts, because it's like a cycle, and then that now affects our states. And because it's a cycle and the RAS is involved, it gives you more and more of that experience. And this example illustration I'm giving of this lady, you can replicate it in business. You can replicate it in career, in finance, in relationships, generally every aspect of our lives. Now, she gets up from bed, she needs to prepare for work, and then she gets into the kitchen, turns on the kettle to make herself a cup of coffee. She gets into the bathroom, wants to get ready for shower. And then as she turns the thing on, and then just hot water pouring down, she's like, oh my God, what's this? She tries to regulate it. And then when she's done, she gets into the bedroom to get herself ready. The cream dress she had always had in mind, that was what she was going to put on this particular Wednesday. She remembers that there was this stain on it the last time she wore it, and she didn't take it for laundry, and now she can't wear it. She's destabilized, she's disorientated, she's thinking, what will I wear now? What would I do next? Thinking about that back and forth, she thought about a pink dress, which she wouldn't like to wear on the Wednesday, but she had to get that on. She got that on, she got downstairs, got to the kitchen, made the coffee, while trying to pour the water into the cup, maybe trying to hold the cup of tea, the hot water poured on her finger, and oh my God, this. I'm just trying to tell you some little things that might happen out of this feeling. You're not happy, you don't even feel like going to work, you feel like staying back at home, but looking at the man lying down beside you, you don't want to stay with him, you're not happy spending your life and your time with him. Pouring the thing, trying to sip the tea or the cup of coffee, finishes that, picks up her bag, and as she's leaving, her little dog tries to say goodbye. In the bit of saying goodbye with happiness and all that, the little dog drags her dress and pulls it off, and then the thing gets turned. And what's this? What's going on? She rushes back, gets changed, and then she leaves for work. She starts a car and drives off. while in traffic, trying to maneuver to the service lane or to the other lane, back and forth like that. A driver was signaling to move to the other lane. She didn't see the driver, or perhaps her car was ahead and she expected normal driving rule. This other car, I'm ahead of you. You should wait and let me, because I have priority of way. But this person, thinking because she hesitated, she had given the chance for him to go through, he moves and then bashes on her bumper, and then now they stop. They begin to argue. I saw you, I didn't see you. I have right of way, I thought you stopped. I thought you gave me the chance, and back and forth, and now she's late for work. She gets to the office, she's late. Now, she was given an assignment the day before, and she had not done it that morning. Now, because she's late, her supervisor gets to the office before her, and then now it's an argument. Then her boss sends her a letter of query. Could you explain why, and all that and all that? Do you see how just that simple thought of last night or of the night before woke her up in a feeling of depression and dejection the next morning, and how that follows a chain reaction? If care is not taken, that lady might go on all through that day and for the rest of that week having a cycle of negative experiences. How your thoughts and your feelings are interwoven, how they interact, how they continue to send messages amongst themselves, and they want to now see how to look for how you can experience more of that, bringing people to buttress more towards that we are unloved, we are unwanted, we are not cherished, you should go somewhere else. And then you feel at home you're not loved. On the road, I'm not loved. Even in the office, I'm not loved. And that's where people now begin to think even deeper thoughts. Divorce, separation. Some might even start contemplating suicide just by that thought and that feeling. Could they be always right? Could they be exaggerated? Could they be outrightly wrong? Let's dive into the next lesson as we get into the exercise and the assignment now. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Be well.